Greetings, beloved friends, as we stand on the brink of the new year. It's time to embark on a transformative journey together. In this message, we'll explore the themes of revival, reclamation, and rejoicing rooted in the scriptures. Let's dive into a spiritual adventure that will ignite reflection, reinforce reminiscence, and ensure restoration in our lives. Let me share with you three key areas that I'd like you to focus on. One, unearth, understand, uplift, revive the spirit. I'd like to look at three key areas here. One, an in-depth assessment. As we come to the end of the year 2023, the scripture urges us to examine ourselves. And we read that in 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. It's time to unearth the areas in our lives that may have been dormant or overlooked. Like a defibrillator to the heart, this self-examination is the first step in spiritual revival. In such an examination, I'm extremely hard on myself. No mollycoddling, no pussyfooting, no soft pedaling, but being absolutely hard-nosed in reviewing my life threadbare. And that surfaces a range of areas that needs tweaking, rejigging, and addressing. Second, enquire of God's expectation. The parable of the barren fig tree, which is captured in Luke chapter 13 verses 6 to 9. We read that the owner expects fruit from the tree, representing God's expectation for us to bear spiritual fruit. This awareness should lead us to a time of reconciliation and set us on a path of understanding and commitment. The gardener's plea for one more year of care emphasizes God's patience and desire for our revival. And thirdly, ignite the flame. As we delve into self-reflection, let's understand the urgency of spiritual revival. It's not about guilt, but about realignment with God's purposes. The key lies in recognizing the signs of spiritual stagnation and taking intentional steps to ignite the flame of passion for God in our lives. The second area is recommit, reconnect, rekindle to reclaim God's purpose. And I'd like to again focus on three areas. One, renewal of covenant. We believe in an eternal God who is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Let's recommit to our covenant with God, acknowledging Him as the source of our identity and purpose, as we read in Genesis 17 and 7. Second, reconnection of the soul. In the parable of the prodigal son found in Luke 15, 11 to 32, we witness the son's reclamation of his identity. His reconnection with the Father is met with celebration, symbolizing God's joy when we reclaim our true selves in Him. It's a powerful illustration of God's desire for reconciliation and restoration. And thirdly, rekindling the passion. Rekindling passion and reclaiming involves resonating with our passion for God's kingdom. It's about more than going through the motions. It's about rekindling the fire of our first love that we read in Revelation chapter 2 and verses 4 and 5. It is to intentionally prioritize our relationship with God, ensuring that our actions align with His purposes. And finally, rejoice, renew, reset, the joy of restoration. Here again, I'd like to focus on three areas. One, rejoice in the restoration. God's heart is for restoration. And we read that in Joel 2, 25 and 26. It says, I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten. Our joy is not just in the restoration of what was lost, but in the transformation that comes through God's redemptive work. 2. Renew to become His reflection. Reflect on the encounter between Jesus and the woman at the well in John 4. Jesus doesn't just restore her reputation, He transforms her life. And this narrative illustrates the depth of God's desire to renew and have Him reflect in our lives. Perhaps you may want to recommit your life to be renewed such that you become a reflection of Him in thought, word, and deed. And resetting for the future. As we rejoice in God's restoration, let's not dwell solely on the past. We are to use our restoration as a launching pad for the future. Resetting involves learning from the past, embracing the present, and anticipating the opportunities God has in store for the future, so that you may be transformed into His likeness day by day. So let us commit to this journey of revival, reclamation, and rejoicing as we unearth the dormant, reclaim our purpose, and rejoice in God's restoration. May this message ignite a transformation in each of our lives. Remember, it's not just the end of a year, it's the beginning of a renewed, purposeful, and joyful journey with God. Revive, reclaim, and rejoice, for the best is yet to come. This is Pearl John signing off the other 167. Thanks for watching, and look forward to seeing you in the new year with a new message.